Mbappé, Thuram, Mbappé! 97 seconds between Mbappe's penalty and his ferocious volley. Into the guillotine roots!
Well, we build it as the Mbappé-Messi show, and so often in persona.
How Kylian Mbappé is rewriting football history before 26. There are footballers who rise through the ranks slowly learning, adapting, and evolving. And then there's Kylian Mbappé who didn't just rise. He exploded onto the global stage like a comet. Before turning 26, this young Frenchman has already achieved what most players only dream of by the end of their careers. Trophies, records, global stardom. Mbappé has not only arrived, he's reshaping the very narrative of what's possible in modern football. With lightning speed, clinical finishing, and an aura of fearlessness, he's become one of the most recognizable and celebrated athletes in the world. But his story isn't only about numbers, it's about timing, pressure, and how a boy from Bondy became a generational icon. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. Now, let's get started. Humble beginnings in Bondy. The birth of a star, Kylian Mbappé was born on December 20, 1998 in Bondy, a suburb northeast of Paris, known for its vibrant culture and working-class roots. From the very beginning, Mbappé's life was steeped in athleticism. His father, Wilfried Mbappé, was a football coach, and his mother, Faisal Lamari, was a professional handball player. Sports ran in the blood, but talent alone wouldn't write the story. It was dedication, environment, and vision. Bondy may not have had elite facilities, but it had passion. Local pitches became Mbappé's playground, and his explosive speed made him stand out. As a child, he was obsessed with football icons, Cristiano Ronaldo in particular. Posters lined his bedroom walls, and videos of Ronaldo's moves were studied like scripture. But even at a young age, those who watched him knew Mbappé wasn't just mimicking greatness, he was destined to become it. His talent was so apparent that by the time he was 11, he caught the attention of France's top footballing institutions. After stints at local clubs and the prestigious Clairefontaine Academy, he made a pivotal decision to join as Monaco's youth system in 2013. This would be the launchpad for his meteoric ascent. Breaking out at Monaco, a teenage prodigy emerges. Mbappé made his professional debut for AS Monaco at just 16 years old in December 2015, becoming the youngest debutant in the club's history, breaking a record previously held by Thierry Henry. But this was just the beginning. The 2016 to 2017 season was a revelation. At 18, Mbappé led Monaco to a Ligue 1 title, their first in 17 years, and took the Champions League by storm. He scored against Manchester City, Borussia Dortmund, and Juventus, becoming the youngest player to score in 4 consecutive Champions League knockout matches. His pace terrified defenders, his composure in front of goal baffled analysts, and his ability to rise in big moments earned comparisons to football legends. The world took notice. Clubs lined up with blank checks. Real Madrid wanted him. So did Manchester City. But it was Paris Saint-Germain that sealed the deal. In 2017, Mbappé moved to PSG, initially on loan, in a transfer that would later become permanent for a staggering 180 million euros, making him the most expensive teenager in football history. And he was worth every cent. Dominating at PSG, more than just a goal machine. From the moment he arrived in Paris, Mbappé made the Parc des Princes his stage. Playing alongside Neymar and later Lionel Messi, he didn't get lost in the shadows, he shone even brighter. By the age of 25, Mbappé had already won 5 Ligue 1 titles, multiple domestic cups, and had been Ligue 1's top scorer 5 times in a row. But what makes Mbappé stand apart is not just the quantity of goals, it's the quality. He scores hat-tricks with ease, nutmegs elite defenders, and turns tight games into walkovers. He brings flair and intelligence, not just athleticism. His decision-making in the final third is surgical. His off-the-ball movement is elite. Coaches praise his work ethic, and teammates admire his leadership, even at a young age. Mbappé hasn't just become a star in Paris, he's become the face of French football. He's carried the club to a Champions League final, set records for goals per season, and continues to push the limits of what's expected from a forward in the modern era. The World Cup stage, a legend is born. If there was ever a moment when Kylian Mbappé stepped from stardom into immortality, It was during the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. At just 19 years old, he was the standout performer in a star-studded French squad. He became the first teenager since Pelé to score in a World Cup final, netting against Croatia in France's 4-2 win. His performances were breathtaking. He scored a brace against Argentina in the round of 16, leaving defenders for dead in the football world in awe. He was awarded the tournament's best young player, but even more than the individual accolades, it was the way he played, fearless, dynamic, electrifying, that captured the imagination. He didn't stop there. In the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, Mbappé elevated himself to another level. He won the Golden Boot with 8 goals and delivered a hat-trick in the final against Argentina, something no player had done in a World Cup finals since Geoff Hurst in 1966. Despite France falling short in a dramatic penalty shootout, Mbappé was universally praised. He now had 12 World Cup goals in 2 tournaments. At just 24, he's already among the top all-time scorers in World Cup history. The global icon, brand, power, and influence. Kylian Mbappé is no longer just a footballer, he's a global brand. He's graced the cover of Time magazine, been featured in campaigns for Nike, Hublot Deer, and EA Sports, and become a household name in every football-loving country. He's known for his signature celebration, crossed arms, and a smile emulating a confident kid who knows he's arrived. But with fame has come responsibility, and Mbappé hasn't shied away. He's vocal about social issues, promotes education and equality, and even created his own charitable foundation to help disadvantaged children. His maturity off the pitch mirrors his brilliance on it. He has also asserted his influence at the club level. In 2022, when Real Madrid pushed hard to sign him, Mbappé shocked the football world by staying at PSG. He didn't just re-sign, he reportedly gained significant influence over the club's sporting decisions. It was unprecedented power for a player so young. Love it or hate it, it showed that Mbappé wasn't just following football's rules, he was helping to rewrite them. Rewriting records. Before 26. Before even turning 26, Mbappé has amassed more than 250 club goals, over 40 international goals, and multiple Golden Boots and MVP awards. He became PSG's all-time leading scorer, surpassing Edinson Cavani, and he's broken countless French and European records along the way. He's the youngest player to reach certain Champions League goal milestones and has already cemented his place among the game's elite. But it's not just the records, it's the manner in which he's done it. With style, class, and a hunger that never fades. Every time he steps onto the pitch, fans expect magic, and more often than not, he delivers. The future. What lies ahead? As Mbappé approaches 26, the next chapter in his career looms large. In 2024, he announced his departure from PSG to pursue a new challenge, joining Spanish giants Real Madrid. The move finally unites him with a club he idolized as a child and positions him to dominate on the biggest stages for years to come. At Real Madrid, he will wear the iconic white shirt of legends Cristiano Ronaldo, Zinedine Zidane, Raul, and the expectation is massive. But if his past is any indication, Mbappé isn't intimidated by legacy, he's building one of his own. With another decade ahead of him at the highest level, there's no telling how far he'll go. More Champions Leagues, Ballon d'Or trophies, and perhaps another World Cup, these aren't distant dreams, they're likely outcomes. Mbappé isn't just chasing greatness, he's on track to redefine it. The story's still being written. Kylian Mbappé has achieved what most players can only fantasize about, and he's done it before turning 26. From a kid with lightning in his legs on the streets of Bondy to one of the most feared and admired forwards in world football, Mbappé's journey is the stuff of legends. But what makes it even more remarkable is that it's far from over. He's not just rewriting football history, he's doing it with elegance, power, and purpose. His story teaches us that age is just a number, pressure is just fuel, and legends are born not from luck, but from a relentless pursuit of excellence. The world isn't just watching Mbappé play, it's watching him shape the future of football. If Kylian Mbappe's journey left you inspired, make sure to share this video with every football fan you know. Drop a comment on your favorite Mbappé moment and subscribe for more stories about the legends who are changing the game. Football's future is now, and it wears the number 7.